All right. What's going on, everyone? How is it going? The hunt continues. The hunt must go on. Tepig, we are edging so terribly close to hitting odds, and I hate to say, I think it's gonna happen. I think we are about to have our first over odds hunt of the Shiny Living Dex journey. And of course, this would be the first hunt that we embarked on. It's not the first shiny we ever we got. Obviously, we have 56 of them right now for the Shiny Living Dex. And good thing I started implementing and decided, you know what, maybe we should do a little bit of a platinum cute charm hunting to make this. We opened up with a double female encounter, by the way. 2 females, double encounter, 2 12.5% chances. That's got to be a sign, right? That's got to be a sign. I mean, because that's a fairly lucky thing to roll. It's not very likely to get 2 females, so that could be a lucky sign. But yeah, it is very much a good thing. I always use the wrong. It is very much a good thing. I decided, you know what, platinum cute charm glitch from Generation 4. That is going to be instrumental to us completing this Living Dex in not 20 years. So good thing I did that. But this was the first hunt we started, so the very first hunt that I embarked on for the Shiny Living Dex journey very much looks like it is about to go over odds. And I mean, I guess you can't have it any other way, can you? Cannot have it any other way, where you just you got to start off with a little bit of struggle. I mean, we did get a full odds hunt at half odds. We got a shiny Totodile around almost exactly around half odds. I think we were less than 100 encounters over half odds. So we did get that. Now, Soul Silver, Heart Gold, they do feel a little bit different when it comes to full odds hunting, just because of how many, the sheer number of encounters and resets you can get in that game. It dwarfs this by a mile. In that game, you can get a freaking 100 encounters off in 20 minutes. This game, 100 encounters takes like an hour and a half. So yeah, that getting that full out shiny was nice, but certainly Soul Silver, the shiny reset for the starters, it's a bit different than, say, this. This feels like a real serious hunt, and so it does make sense that we are going to be, unfortunately, looking like stuck with an over odds hunt. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too pessimistic yet. We're still a good 300-ish encounters away, 8,192. So yeah, or a little, 340, 330 something encounters to go until we hit odds. And probably it will not be today. Don't have the time to stream today to get there, but most likely the next time we stream looking for Tepig, assuming we don't get it today, the next time we stream, we would be hitting the magical 8,192 number in the hunt. But until then, we should just I guess try and believe in a little bit of something to pull out an under odds hunt here in the last final hours. You know what, I will bring the Tepig gift back. I thought maybe the Tepig gift on screen was a bad luck charm, but actually I'm thinking it'll be a good luck charm, so I should bring it back. Should definitely bring it back to hang out with us, boost our morale. Seeing a shiny Tepig here on screen, right here with us, I think that's the morale boost we need to be like, okay, we see the end goal, we see the prize, let's just get to the finish line. And we bought the whole shiny Embor Pokemon card. I've been doing everything I can to invoke the luck, but now we just got to leave it into fate's hands, and we hopefully we'll find this shiny soon. And I guess then, oh, Ryder, what you doing in here? What you doing? Huh? See his little tail down there. He's investigating. I got a new Pokemon card binder. I think he could smell that. He went over there like, what's this over here? This is new. I have not sniffed this before. I was out at Target. I was actually in Charlotte, North Carolina this past weekend, and we were out at Target, and I went to buy the card section. I go by the card section every time I go out, basically anywhere. If they have a card section, I go by it. Thankfully, no, I no longer buy something every single time I go by a card section. It used to be every single time, but it's only when I see something that really catches my eyes. And this binder, it is a Charizard binder. It does have Charizard on the front of it, although I'm not a big Charizard fanboy. I don't dislike Zard, but I do think it's a bit overdone. However, it is red. Red's my favorite color, so I was like, I gotta snag this. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's got the Zard on it. The inside is pretty nice. Like on the inside, it's got like the inside cover has like fire symbols and Pokeballs on it. It's really cool. It's an Ultra Pro binder. You know, one of the zip up ones, kind of like solid outside shell, not flimsy. But unlike all the other Ultra Pro binders that I have, it's really big. Like it's the same number, it holds the same number of cards. It's like a 3x3. Yeah, all my other Ultra Pro binders are also 3x3. But this one's like taller for some reason, but it doesn't seem to like, I'm not really sure why it's taller. I could just tell when I picked it up, I was like, this is a big binder. I thought it was gonna be like a 3x4 maybe, you know, three cards and then 4 rows, 3 columns, 4 rows. But nope, it's just 3x3 like all the other ones. It is just taller for some reason. So I don't know if I'll actually use it for anything. That's the thing. Like I have binders full of cards, but it's like I don't really know. I don't have really anything to put in the binder. I kind of just bought it because I thought it looked cool. I like the color of it. Same thing. I bought a Dragonite binder. Actually, I went by GameStop one day and they had a Dragonite, Dragonair, and Dratini binder. Now, unfortunately, it is one of the like flimsy binders. Actually, I just thought about it. The Charizard binder I just bought has the zipper on it. None of my other binders are zippers. They have the little strap that goes over the front that keeps it closed. Not zippers. So maybe that's why it's bigger. Maybe the zipper part of it makes it larger for some reason. I really don't know. But I just thought about that because, yeah, that one's a zipper. The other ones I have are strapped. I thought about that because the Dragonite one has a strap on it that kind of closes it. But like I said, it's a flimsy one that you can like bend around. It's not like rugged, not rigid. So in a perfect world, I would love to use that binder for my Dragonite, Dragonair, and Dratini collection. Because, I mean, how fitting is it to put all my Dragonite, Dragonair, and Dratini cards in a binder with them on it? But I get a little worried about damage to the cards if it's not in like a more rigid binder that, you know, keeps the card flat and isn't prone to bending. So I'll probably keep the cards in the binder I have now. I'm trying to remember, what binder do I have my Dragonite collection in currently? I think it's just a Pokeball. I think the outside of it's just a Pokeball, like red and white, you know, Pokeball pattern, obviously. Pretty sure, yeah, that's what I have the Dragonite collection in. Then what, I've got I think I have 2 Pikachu binders. I think one's yellow and one is black and gold, I'm gonna say. I think my yellow one has my Japanese Neo Destiny my Japanese Neo Destiny set in it. What do I have in my black and gold one? I might not have anything in it right now. I might have taken cards out of there. I don't remember. Or maybe, actually, I think in my black and gold binder, I might have my partially completed VS series, Japanese VS series in it, I think. And then I've got a Mewtwo binder that's like gray with a purple Mewtwo on the front of it. I think I have my Cosmic Eclipse set in that binder. I don't look through my Pokemon cards nearly as much as I used to. It was almost every other day, on sometimes daily thing where I would just like look through my collection. Just shuffle through all my cards, just look at them, look through my binders, look through my boxes, just take an inventory looking at my stuff. I don't really do that much anymore. I think maybe a week or 2 ago, I got my big old crate of, you know, top-loaded cards that I have, brought it out and looked through all of them. That was mainly because I was organizing new cards. I had probably 2 stacks of new cards that I'd bought over a couple months span, just sitting here on my desk, and I finally decided to be proactive and sort them away into my big old tub. of cards. And yeah, I was like, well, I guess while I'm sorting and, you know, reorganizing, I started looking through everything that I had. And, you know, I like to try and keep my cards in chronological-ish release order, you know, year, you know, go by set and year and all that, you know, obviously chronological release. But when you have as many cards as I have in that thing, it takes a while to like sift through everything, see what new cards you have, put it in there, be like, okay, well, now that I have this new card in there, that means I got to push old card, like other cards back into other. It's easier to just show you instead of talking about it, but I'm not going to worry about that today, showing that off, because we got a mission to find a Tepig here. But yeah, it's a long process trying to put new cards away into that whole big tub thing, trying to reorganize, resort them by year and the like. Sometimes I don't necessarily go by just straight up, you know, chronological release order. Sometimes I group the cards by like aesthetic. So like in the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald era, there's, you know, regular hollows and then there's EXs. So I do the regular hollows first chronologically, and then I have the EXs after that chronologically. So even though like EXs from Ruby, Sapphire base set came out before the hollows of Sandstorm, the Sandstorm hollows are, you know, I go hollows in order first and then EXs in order. And I do the same thing for the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum era, where I have the hollows and then the level X's. And then I think after the level X's, I do, I don't know, actually, I might not even really have many hollows from the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Trying to actually, I don't, other than like one Japanese shiny Gyarados card I got recently that's a hollow, might be like the only Heart Gold, Soul Silver era hollow card that I have in my collection. I can remember at least. And then I really don't have any prime cards either. You know, there was the EXs, there were the level X's and the primes. Those are like the three big hits from 3 eras in a row. There were other big hits, you know, there were the gold stars from EX era, there are the secret rare shinies from Diamond, Pearl, Platinum era, other assorted secret rares in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum as well. And then there's the legend cards from Heart Gold, Soul Silver that I also have a couple of. I think I do those after I have the primes. But I'm a big fan of the EXs, the level X's, and the primes from that little window of like 2003 to 2011, 2010, maybe something like that. It's like a 7-year window where the EXs, level X's, and primes were the big hits, or some of the big hits to get. And I just really love the way those cards look because of the hollow border. I just think the hollow border is one of the coolest like designs Pokemon cards ever have. Like, even though the art rares and secret art rares nowadays are like, you know, the best art that Pokemon's ever really put out on cards, and they look incredible. Like, the cards nowadays, the secret illustration rares and all that look phenomenal. But I am still biased towards the kind of just clean, old school, like, you know, you got the little square with a picture in it, you got the colored box, you know, colored card around it with the attacks and stuff. But then I love the hollow border that goes all the way around that. I just really like that aesthetic. I guess it's somewhat similar to this, you know, the promo cards that they do nowadays for the Scarlet Violet era, like the Zapdos I have just randomly sitting on my desk. It's like a similar vibe, if I can get it to show. It's got like the hollow border along the outside, so it's close enough. That's why I like collecting the promos that they release right now, because they have that style to them, the hollow borders. So I think they look really cool, but they're not quite on par with EXs, level X's, and primes. They're still pretty cool. I guess, well, yeah, these hollows from the Trick or Trade packs that came out for Halloween this year also have the same kind of pattern. The hollow on the card and on the border. That is just my cup of tea. That is my cup of tea. What I really wish they would bring back, the style of cards that I wish had be, which this style of card was never like official in any set. It was like any main series, like mainline set, is when they would do like the, you know, reverse holos. That's been a thing for a long time now. Reverse holographic cards. The picture is non-holographic, but the rest of the card is. In the Southern Islands kind of mini set, you know, it's just 18 cards. They all come together. I actually have the box that they come in right back here. This big old box in this cube right here. Southern Islands collection little binder thing that comes with all the cards. There are a couple of the cards in there, like the Mew, the Meryl, let's say Slowking. There's a couple others I can't remember as well. They do like the Cosmos hollowish pattern on the outside of the card, which I think looks really freaking cool. But they only ever did that for that set, the Southern Islands set, and they did it for these random promos that they kind of released, the like best of game promos that they did back in the like late 90s, early 2000s. Actually, they might have been just early 2000s. They were kind of they kind of came out around the like end of the second generation-ish era of the cards. And they also had that reverse holo pattern on it, but it was just the regular Cosmos holo. Again, it's easier to describe if I actually had a card over here to show you, but I do not. Oh, hello, Ryder. Where'd you come from? You just came sprinting on in here. What you doing? You just come to hang out? Did you come in here to be my good luck charm? Come to help me with my shiny hunting? But yeah, that is a style of card I wish they would bring back or had kept around for a longer period of time. Also would be really freaking cool if they brought back the reverse holo pattern from Legendary Collection. I don't know, the old firework pattern way back from the late, no, that was like early 2000s as well. If anyone knows the set I'm talking about, Legendary Collection has the like crazy, like the super crazy fireworks like holo pattern on the outside of the card. Captain Marvelous, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back. But those are also really cool. I wish they would bring back both of those kind of styles of reverse holos with the Cosmos holo pattern around the outside of the card and the fireworks. I think those are really cool. And they're never going to bring them back because they were part of like the WotC era, you know, Wizards of the Coast released that, those styles. And so I don't think Nintendo, Pokemon itself will be bringing that back. Bored at work. I feel that. I spend about probably I'd say 99% of my time at work, I'm bored. Even when I'm doing something, I'm bored. Work's just boring. Work is just boring sometimes. Most of the time, really. There's very few times where I'm doing something for work where I'm like, oh, this is actually like exciting. Like this is cool. This is fun. Most of the time it's like, can I stop? This is this is not fun. This is mind-numbing sometimes. What do you do for work? Retail. Okay, I gotcha. I never worked retail growing up. I did, you know, food service was what I was stuck in, you know, in high school and college. That was my punishment of being a young person that needed to work. I know my fiance worked retail when she was in high school and college. She did the retail, I did food service. So yeah, we both had to put up with the joyous wonders of those jobs. The only thing good that ever like came out of working a food service job as opposed to like you know, my job I have now was if you ended up working for a good bit of time with like people that you got along with, that you could really vibe with, then I felt like the work, like, you know, family as they call it, you know, they love to say, oh, our work family. I felt like in food service, the work family that, you know, would occasionally come together or like spring up from working together for a long period for, you know, a good amount of time and getting along, I felt like it was a lot like stronger, or like, I don't know what the word is, more connected than like working like, you know, I'm an engineer now. I work like an office job. And since working you know, starting this engineering job, it's like I'm not like really close to anyone I work with at all. Like I only talk to them in work capacities, not about anything else. Never do anything outside of work with them. It's just like very cut and dry, like work. And that's the capacity in which we interact. Whereas like when I was working in food service in like college and high school, like I would actually make friends with the people I worked with, and we would like, you know, do stuff together outside of work, and it was actually more like close knit, I guess you could call it. So that was like the one positive of working in food was I actually, not always, you know, there were always, of course, always coworkers you didn't like working with, but there were coworkers that you actually worked with that I felt liked more. I don't know if I worded that very well. I think I also lost my train of thought in the middle of saying all that. Yeah. Going back to finish. Very nice, very nice. What you gonna study? Let's see. I kind of want to, I think I'm going to do a like solo encounter. It's not really solo. I'm just going to do one instead of both of them at the same time. Just because we're on the number 7,887. I think that'd be kind of cool. I like it when numbers go into an order like that, you know, 7887, like a almost like a palindrome for numbers. You know, palindrome is a word that's the same forward and backwards. Numbers, same forward and backwards. I don't know. I'm weird. I haven't flipped a coin in a long while, so let's give that a go. Which of these games am I going to test out for this number here? I'll say English is going to be heads, Japanese will be tails. So we got tails. All right. So Japanese was tails. We will check out this game for encounter 7,887 and see if we get us a shiny. No, we do not. What a surprise. What about over here? Do we got anything on this one? Nope. It was worth a go. It was worth a go. It was worth a go. You know, looking at it, I don't think I I didn't even register that, like, probably last stream it was. We passed 7,777. Yeah, we definitely did in the last stream. It did not even register to me last time that we passed all sevens, because I would have done something for that to be like, oh, let's try and test our luck for all sevens, but just completely went beyond me. I was not paying attention clearly. Or maybe I was and I just don't remember. I would not be shocked if I just don't remember. My short-term memory is not very good. It has been getting worse and worse as the years go by. Let's see. Turn that down a little bit. I was thinking just for a second, do I want to try and actually use a different game? Because, like, I do both copies of Black 2 just because, like, that's the living decks we're working on, Black 2, so might as well do the Japanese and English copies, but sometimes I do wonder if it would be in my best interest to also try the Japanese White 2 I have sometimes. I do it very occasionally, but maybe at 7,900, if we don't get anything in these next 10 Tepigs, maybe I'll try switching over. I don't know. Maybe not, maybe not. Oh, very nice, very nice. I don't think, yeah, I've never played any of the original Japanese games for Pokemon. Red and Green. I don't think I've ever played those original Japanese versions. And they are different. They are different than what we got. So, like, internationally, Red and Blue that came out, they are based on the Japanese version of Blue and not the Japanese versions of Red and Green, actually. So in Japan, they released Red and Green. They then released Blue, which kind of like updated Red and Green a little bit, made the games a little bit better, more functional. That is what we got Red and Blue based on, was their Blue version, not their Red and Green version. And then Japan got Yellow, and so did we eventually. So actually in Japan, they got Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow released for the first generation, whereas we only got Red, Blue, and Yellow. So the more you know. Like, the sprites in Japanese Red and Green were different than the sprites in international Red and Blue. If I remember correctly, I think I've seen Venusaur's Japanese Red and Green sprite, and it's quite horrifying in the fact that Venusaur is like squished. It's like the body of Venusaur is like flat almost. It's like squished almost, and then the tree is kind of like longer coming out of it. It looks, if I remember correctly, it looks really funny in the original Red and Green. I've always told myself I want to learn Japanese, but I can barely get myself to sit down. There's so many things I want to do with my free time, my life. Like, there's so many things, but it's so hard to find the time. Like, I want to get back into reading. I want to get back into watching anime more often. I would like to learn Japanese. I think that'd be cool. I want to get back into the gym. I want to, I obviously want to do this as a hobby as well, stream and make videos. And it's just like, there is not enough time in the day, in the week, to get it all done, unfortunately. So let's see, we are 2 more away from hitting 7,900 encounters. I said resets. It is thankfully not that many resets. I mean, we're really only at like, you know, a little under 4,000 resets because, you know, we get 2 encounters per reset. So take whatever we're at divided by 2, and that is how many resets we've actually done. I guess not quite, because like there was a small bit of time where I tried doing 3 DSs at one time. So there would have been like a few hundred encounters I did where we were getting 3 encounters per reset. It's not like quite exact on the math there, but it's close enough. It is close enough. Let us see. We'll do one at a time here. Since we are going on to 7,900 encounters, we'll test out. We'll do Japanese first. Not a shiny. What do you know? For encounter number 7,900 on the dot. Of course, we don't have a shiny. So now the question becomes, do I want to make a change? Do I want to make a substitution? Do I want to call in some backup to test our luck? And I think I'm gonna let my handy dandy Dragonite coin here decide our fate. If I flip heads, I'm gonna switch out our English copy of Black 2 for a Japanese copy of White 2. If it's tails, we are continuing with the 2 copies of Black 2. All right, well, we got heads, so that means I will be turning this DS off. I will be grabbing my copy of White 2, chucking it down right there. Queue up real quick. Always got to do that to make sure you're good and dandy to go. Make sure the game's good to load into the DS, and we are off. We got 2 Japanese games on deck right now. English Black 2 is taking a little bit of a break. We're going to see if the combined forces of Black and White, Yin and Yang, can come together and give us a Shiny Tepig. Alright, let us see, let us see. Can we pull some voodoo magic out of this little switcheroo here? All right, let's check these out. What do we got here? Okay, they're both male. Because I've been calling that we're going to get a Japanese female Shiny Tepig. So, had to check. We'll do them both at the same time. What do we got? Don't got a shiny, but that is a-okay. It is a-okay with me. I mean, I have to be okay with it. There's nothing I can do about it, but that is, it's all right with me. We will just keep chugging along, keep trucking. Ooh, excuse me. Bum, bum, bum. Do I want to make a call? Do I want to try and call a number? It was like 2 streams ago where I tried to make a call and then I like either forgot or something happened and I was not able to either get to the number or I forgot or something. So I kind of feel like I owe myself a call here. So what am I feeling? It's got to be in the next 100 because I'm going to call it a day once we get to 8,000 encounters. So I'm going to say 7,943. 7,943. That is my call for the day. Which games are you talking about? The ones I'm playing or what you're doing? I'm already forgetting what number did I say? 7,943, right? Make sure I keep up with that. Keep myself on one track. Gotta be diligent. 7,943. I love this Gets's theme. I just Team Plasma gets us there. Well, it's mainly gets us. Team Plasma itself, like, I guess the grunts are, you know, fine. Who generally ever really cares about the grunts of the evil team? I guess I'm thinking more aesthetically, and like the original Black and White, their aesthetics were kind of kind of goofy looking. Little knights of the Templar, whatever they were going for, Crusader kind of knight get up. But Black 2 White 2, that kind of like modern age piratey vibe looking, it's pretty cool. I do like that. And I do prefer, I think Getsus's get up, and I mean Getsus's get up in both games, Black and White and Black 2 White 2, is incredible. You know, Getsus has phenomenal evil dude drip. Like he's got that evil maniac, what wording am I looking for here? He's got the evil maniac clothing on deck. I definitely did not phrase that as as well as I wanted to, but anyway, I think you get my drift. He's got like the funky little patterned cloak thing in Black and White with the like blue and all that, and then he's got but it's got like kind of a crown going around the rim of it, so I think it's pretty cool. And then it's just kind of got it's just like a dark black version in Black 2 White 2, but it still just looks phenomenal. Getsus has major trippage for probably outside of Giovanni. I think Getsus has the best look. Lysander's, you know, he's up there. You know, he's got pretty good suit game, but I think if we're going based on like purely just suit aesthetics, I think Giovanni's is better. It's just more classic, black and white, you know. Just your typical fancy do suit. Whereas Lysander's is like kind of reddish. You know, I love me some red, but Maybe not so much in the suit game. Certainly not bad. Yes, also thinking of villains that wear suits. I guess Chairman Rose also wears one, doesn't he? But his is not nearly up there. Chairman Rose kind of looks like he has a cheap suit. Like, it doesn't look nice. It looks cheap. And then obviously, I mean, well, Archie in Alpha Sapphire actually is not bad in terms of the in terms of his outfit, his aesthetic. It's actually, I mean, he looks pretty good, pretty cool. And oh goodness me. In regular Sapphire, he certainly does not have the coolest of look. He looks kind of derpy in regular Sapphire and Emerald. And then Maxie, I mean, Maxie's kind of like more of a scientist looking dude, so he never really has he kind of looks like a dweeb and all. Well, actually, he's more so they do that in Omega Ruby, really. Make him look more sciencey and kind of nerdy. In the original Ruby and Emerald, he actually kind of looks more menacing, but not like super menacing, but he don't look like he don't have the glasses, you know. He don't look kind of dweebish like he does in Omega Ruby. And then Cyrus, definitely not. Cyrus is too he does not care enough about anything other than his mission to worry about his outfittage. He does not need a good outfit to carry him as a character. Do you think the Pokemon game should have added the movies in each game? Not sure what you mean by that. I think the Pokemon game should have added the movies in each. What do you mean? How? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Added the movies in post play? What is that? Talking about like adding the movies to the game so you can watch them, or like play through them? Like create a game around the movies? That's part of the... I'm not really sure what you mean there. I would say no. That'd be a lot of work. That would be a lot of work on Game Freak, and Game Freak already struggles to get games out, you know, in a regular time frame and have them look and operate effectively. So I would say no, unless, I mean, even if they got an outside studio to like make the games based on the movies, I don't really see that as being necessary. I don't think they would need to do that. I feel like they would probably spend more money than they would make doing that. I don't know if that would be particularly lucrative for them to try. It's a good idea though for like a fan-made project. You know, if someone out there wanted to try and turn every Pokemon movie into a fan-made game, I think it'd be a cool fan project. But I couldn't see the actual Pokemon company and Game Freak going through with that. Kind of like how I think there's a Pokemon Ash Gray that is a ROM hack someone made, which is basically just playing through the events of the first season of the anime on a game, something like that. You like actually play as Ash and Pikachu and play through the events of the anime. You know, that is a thing. That's a ROM hack that has been around for a while. Oh, yeah. Good on me. I feel like I need to... Oh, goodness. My legs are feeling stiff up here. Not gonna lie, my legs are feeling real stiff. Gotta stretch. Man. Let's see, 790. So what I said, 7,943. Okay, gotta remember that. Gotta remember that. Gotta keep on the pace. Keep it on. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Whew, goodness. I don't know what is going on with me over here. Okay. Oh man, getting tired. Oh, I don't know why I'm so sleepy for. Goodness me. It's not even 8 o'clock. I gotta wake up. Marshtomp, Talos, Shermish, and Aeron. Who else should you add? Ooh, that is a good question. So you got Marshtomp, Talos, Shermish, and Aeron. Well, your team's pretty... imagine you're early in the game, but your team's pretty filled out for wherever you are in the game. Be a cool Pokemon to add. Trying to think of what Pokemon are useful down the line that you can get. So let's see, you got water and ground coverage, you got flying, you got grass and eventually fighting, you got rock and steel coverage. Trying to think, what is oh, I gotta check the Pokemon. I forgot. I already got these. Let's go. What do we got? Nothing. Got a grass type. I mean, it's always decent to have a fire, water, grass course, so there's Numel, but you don't really need Numel because you already have a ground type in Marshtomp. You could go for Torkoal. I've never used a Torkoal in a playthrough. It is pretty slow though, and it doesn't like hit the hardest in the world. It's defensive, but it's not like the most useful in terms of like just sheer playthrough. What other fire types are there in Generation 3? I mean, I know you can get like Slugma and then use Magcargo, but again, you don't really need that. And so, I can't think of any other fire types in the game. Is that all of them? Oh, maybe not a fire type. Psychic, well, okay, you have a fighting type eventually with Breloom. Psychic types are generally pretty useful, so you don't need a Soul Rock or a Lunatone. You already have a rock type. Let's see, you don't really need a Metatite or a Metacham because you have a Psychic type. Guess there's always Makuhita. There's always Makuhita into Hariyama as an option for a fighting type. And then there's What fighting types are there from Generation 3? All the way to the 3rd gym. Electric types are pretty useful. Not that you really need one, because electric is good for water and flying, which are pretty good on with your grass and your rock types. So you don't necessarily need an electric type. Poison types generally aren't that useful, so like where you are in the game, I wouldn't add like a Gulpin or anything to the team. It might be worth waiting until later in the really where your team is right now. I can't think of anything that's like locally around you that's really worth adding to your squad. So it might be worth waiting until like just kind of rock with the 4 that you have, because like Marshtomp's going to easily take care of Watson and Flannery. Talo eventually in a Swellow is very useful. Use that a lot. Shroomish, eventually a Breloom, you know, it's really useful for you. And then you have a Steel Rock type who provides a lot of resistances, good defensive mon, fairly good offensive coverage with, you know, Rock type and Steel. So I would say wait until you get to like Mount Pyre and consider adding a Ghost type to your team. Maybe add you could either add Bayonet, you know, Shuppet into Bayonet, or you could add Duskull, Dusclops. Oh, really? Sableye is not very good, so I wouldn't suggest, which I don't remember if Sableye is in Emerald or not. I think it is. Can't remember though. So yeah, I think I would get Dusclops. I think I would try and go for Dusclops. As the next member to your team. Protech, what's up, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, it's been a second. Where you been? Where you been? What's up? Volt Tackle Pikachu, okay, okay. That is something you could add. Yeah, I mean, electric types definitely aren't bad. It's not terrible to have an electric type. Started getting into RNG manipulation. Very nice, very nice. That is that is quite the thing to dabble in. It's RNG manipulation is something. It is crazy what people can figure out and the intricacies of it all. It is crazy what you can do with RNG manipulation. Yep, we are ever so close to 8K encounters. We are ever so close. We are creeping up. We're really creeping up. It is unfortunately looking like we are about to hit odds and go over odds. Axel, what's up, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing pretty good, Had a chill day, not much happening. Just kicking back and relaxing right here. Just hoping we can get a freaking Shiny Tepig. Because I want to get it under odds so badly. I want it so badly, but we are... we're about 200 encounters away from that, and it is not looking good. Not looking good. How are y'all doing? How's everyone in the chat doing? Well, it's fine. What is it? Is today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. I can never remember what day of the week it is. They all just bleed together. At a certain point, the days of the week just all kind of start bleeding together. Oh, Yeah, the karma's got to wear off eventually. I got to be able to shake that at some point. Maybe since I got it off my chest, you know, I put it out into the world. I released my inner demons of my stolen Jolteon when I was 5. You know, got that out of there. Maybe now that I am pure, we'll get a we'll get a shiny Tepig. Let's see. So we are, okay, so I made a call that at 7,943 encounters, I would get a shiny. So we got a clean old 7 more encounters to go. See if fate can align and we can actually get this shiny here. So it will not be on these two. No, it will not. Goodness. This hunt is just meandering along. It is just meandering along. But I'm pretty I won't say too much, but fairly soon in the near future, I think we're going to be able to start really moving through these hunts a little tiny bit quicker than we are now. Won't say why, but in the next, hopefully 2 weeks, about, probably not next week, but maybe the next week, possibly. Depends on how much time I have with all the holidays stuff going on. Might be able to spice some things up for you over here and start moving this hunt, all these hunts a little bit faster. Crestfallen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And welcome to the stream. How's it going? Thank you. Thank you. We certainly do need the luck. We certainly do need it. We are inching towards odds, and we would like to keep this as an under odds hunt. We would like to keep it there. Yeah. Ooh. Nice. Very nice. Glad to hear that. So we got 2 more here. And my neck. Goodness me. So grab these 2. And if these are not shiny, my call was 7943. So we got anything here? We do not. But it is now time to see if fate is on my side. So we got 1 encounter right here to hit the number that I'm calling, 7,943. And as I like to do occasionally around here, I'm going to bust out the coin of destiny. So we got our Victini Victory Star coin over here. And whenever we get around to choosing these resets, you know, these little Tepigs right here, we're going to see which one will be the lucky pig chosen for this 7,943rd encounter. Let us see. Can we finally break the curse and bring about the Shiny Pig? Gotta remember, we have black 2 is on the left and then white 2 is on the right. So let's see, what do I want to do here? Which one do I want to bless up with? So I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to say heads of the coin is going to be our black 2 version and tails is going to be white 2. So now that we have the Tepigs acquired, let us see. So yeah, heads is the Victini, tails is the back of the coin. So let us see. What do we got here? We got heads. All right. I said head was, heads was black 2. That was correct. Heads was black 2. So let's go on over here, see what we got. Do we have a shiny? Did I make the call? Has magic in the air? Do we got the pig? No, that would be a no. That would be a no. Maybe over here? I pointed the wrong way. I always point the wrong way. Can never remember which way it goes. Unfortunately, it did not happen. Magic could not be made. What can you do? What can you do? We just gotta keep moving forward, keep trucking along. But also going back to your emulator comment, yeah, it's not an emulator. I'm not going to be doing that. Although I think technically, like, I don't know, if you emulate, if you use an emulator in like ROMs, I think legally you're allowed to use an emulator in ROMs as long as you own the game, right? Like, isn't that the legal technicality of it? Like, you can use them as long as you like own them. You're not supposed to distribute them, but like you can use them. Something like that. I don't know. Could be wrong. Thought I heard that. Yeah, they do enjoy their takedowns of, really it's just the ROMs. It's the ROMs that they're really weird on. Emulators, well, I guess they did go after that, was a Yuzu, whatever it's called, in Citrus. The Switch and 3DS emulator people. But I think that was more because they were making money off of that. And I think they didn't like that or something. I don't think I've ever really heard about them being against like DS emulators or Game Boy emulators, anything like that. But the ROMs get regularly taken down. They certainly do go out of their way to target those. And it also is interesting how some ROM hacks manage to fly and they don't really go after them at all. They're just cool. And some of them, very occasionally, some ROM hacks do get cease and desisted by a good old Nintendo. The big Pika comes after them. Which I think it's actually been a minute since I heard about any Pokemon ROM hacks being actively like pursued by Nintendo. I think it was like Uranium maybe was the last one I heard about that Nintendo had a problem with or something. I have not heard of that. Red, blue, and yellow in VR. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know about VR. I think I've seen, what was it? A long time ago, it was probably years and years ago. I think I saw a YouTube video of someone playing through a 3D version of Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Maybe it's Crystal. But by 3D, it was just the 2D game, but turned into three-dimensional. So like, instead of looking at the world from like a top-down view, your first person, but you're walking through the world. It's still like 8-bit. It's still two-dimensional, but you're in it. Like it's hard to describe, but it's like, 2D but 3D. If that makes sense, if I'm explaining that well. It was a video I saw forever ago. I don't think it was the entire game that was made for that. I think they might have only gotten up to a certain point or something like that. And thinking about that now reminded me, I had wanted to like keep up with that to see if maybe they got to a point where they like had the entire game remade into this like first person 3D remake of Crystal, because I think that'd be really cool to play through. Like everything's 2D, but you're like actually in the world walking through it in first person. I think that'd be a pretty sweet game to play, even though it's just Crystal, nothing different about the actual game itself, but the experience of it is a little bit different. I would love me nothing more than a really good, well-made Pokemon game that is, you know, pseudo 3D. Kind of like, you know, these games are, you know, the best we've got, in my opinion, in that regard, where it's like, it's you know, a 2D side, you know, side scroller up and down, left, right, but there's like 3D elements to it. But I would really like if they somehow could make a game out of it where you're first person. Because even games like Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet, like, you're not first person, you're still third person, like over the shoulder. I think it'd be really cool if they could make a full-on like 2D, 3D kind of first person Pokemon game. Where everything like looks 2D, it's like 8-bit, it's sprites, but there is three-dimensional depth to the games. Yeah, actually, like, being immersed like in the world fully would be really cool from like a first person perspective. And then yeah, the dreaded version exclusives, every Pokemon fan's favorite mechanic, Pokemon that are just not available in your game. I think I've said it before. Whoever's idea it was to actually create 2 separate games for the generation, and to isolate certain Pokemon here, there, to, you know, for trading, for friendship building, for community purposes. They were a marketing genius. They were a marketing genius. You're like, hey, what if we make 2 games and you like have to trade with your friend to like get certain Pokemon, because they're not everything's available in each game. It'd be great for community building. And the higher ups at Nintendo are like, yes, community building. That is exactly why we're interested in that idea. It has nothing to do with the fact that we'll sell more games that way. So someone did point out that the catch 'em all slogan hasn't really been Pokemon's slogan for like 20 years. They pretty early on actually dropped the whole catch 'em all thing. I think it might have been around Generation 3 where they were just like, you know what? It maybe isn't feasible to catch them all, so maybe we shouldn't try and tell everyone to catch them all. Ooh, excuse me. In fact, I think it specifically was Generation 3 where they dropped the whole catch 'em all slogan, because like, since going from the 2nd gen to the 3rd gen, there was no way to transfer Pokemon up. It was like everything from gens 1 and 2 were just stuck in gens 1 and 2. Then you kind of had to start fresh in 3rd generation. Well, I mean, is it still the theme song nowadays? Like, it might have been the theme song back then. I don't know what the anime theme song is now, but I think all facets of Pokemon dropped the catch 'em all slogan around the 3rd generation. Because like, it made sense for 1st generation and maybe even 2nd gen that, you know, you could pretty feasibly catch them all. But once more and more games started being added, more and more Pokemon started being introduced, I think they realized it was a bit unrealistic to try and promote the idea of catching every single Pokemon. Because it's just a lot. It's a lot to do when there's so many Pokemon on the table. All right, we got a female over here, but it is not a shiny. Man, I do not know what it is about this little pig, but it does not like me. It does not like me very much. I do not know what I gotta do to get this thing to shine. I don't know what I gotta do. Oh, did not press the button on that one. There we go. This is a very serious theme. The Lake Caverns is very serious for... I don't know if I would say the lake spirits are unserious. I mean, I think they're supposed to be taken seriously. You know, the whole, like, they imbued Pokemon with... Or not Pokemon, humans with, like, emotion. What do they stand for? I forget what they... I forget what each lake spirit stands for, but like, I know they're supposed to be kind of like serious in terms of the lore, and you know, they represent different embodiments of like emotion, intellect. It's something like that. I cannot remember exactly. But when you actually look at them, I don't know. They just like this theme and like the lore around them, they definitely do seem like Pokemon that should be like taken seriously, but then you look at them and they look kind of unserious. Like they look very, they look too friendly. They look too like huggable. I don't know. They're just like, they're so small. They're little, like, they're just little fairies, and it just seems they're not, they just don't come across as very demanding of respect. in that regard of like, oh, great powerful spirits who have in I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where. I guess it's mainly because they're not like big, hulking, like massive Pokemon, so I guess that's why. I don't I tend to associate that kind of like serious, you know, dark, gritty tone with like a Pokemon like Dialga, Palkia, you know, the big guns, the big boys. You know, Pokemon Rumble has got to be one of those Pokemon games. I don't think I've ever known anyone who's played that game. And if they have, they've never mentioned it. I do not think it was a widely played game. That would be, I think I've said it before, it would be interesting for me to sit down and actually try playing through all the Pokemon spin-offs, because I have not played through that many of them. But like, I don't even know what the game mechanics of Rumble are. Like, how does Pokemon Rumble work? No idea. I've never seen anything about it before. Other than I know they look like, you know, the little character models are little like low res, like polygon, you know, kind of, they're not rounded. They have like sharp edges and corners and stuff for the little bodies. That's all I know. I know there's like some special Pokemon cards for them too that are kind of kind of expensive, at least in graded form, because like the way they were packaged, they got damaged really easily typically. So getting them graded really well was like a challenge. Especially, I think there's like a Mewtwo that's maybe a promo or something that's really hard to grade because of how it was packaged. So if you can somehow manage to get it in like a PSA 10, it's worth a good chunk of change. Something like that. That's the extent of what I know about Rumble related to Pokemon cards. $79.70. We're gonna get there. We are going to get to odds. And just the realization is it's setting in that we are about to get a good old over odds hunt on our hands. It is about to happen. Which is just wild to me as someone who has never even remotely got this deep into a shiny hunt before. Like, all the shiny hunts I ever really did before this were in games with higher base odds, and there were method hunts that made things really quick and easy. Never had to sit down and hunt for coming on 5 months looking for a shiny, but here we are. What a road, what a journey it has been. Let's see, should I do anything? Sure, at 7,979, 79.79. We'll do another little fun singular check of a game, see if we can pull off something, some miracle, pull off something fun. Me, oh me, oh me, me, oh me, oh my. Oh man, goodness gracious. Gotta stretch for a second. Gotta stretch. Ooh. All right, what do we got here for these two? What do we got? Once again, nothing. I really thought, we started off the stream with a double female encounter. I was like, okay, hey, that's rare. We starting off with something kind of rare. That's got to be good luck, good sign for the stream, good sign for the hunt. But we're closing in on 8,000 encounters, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I think I added encounters for that last reset, right? I think I added. I hate when that happens. when I can't remember, like I autopilot over it, but then like I really don't remember it. So I'm like, did I add encounters for those last two, or did I just forget? We'll go with it. Whatever. If I didn't add it, I didn't add it. Nothing that can be done there. I mean, I could go back and look, but I don't feel like it. And my stomach's kind of bothering me down here. All right, so right here, let's give a little look-see-do at which game. Do I want to do a whole coin thing again? I'd kind of gone away from the coins. Well, we've already done it 3 times today, so I mean, might as well go for a 4th. What's it gonna hurt? What's it gonna hurt? A little puppy over there, or am I just seeing things? Maybe not. Normally they would have come in here if they were heading over this way. So let's give it a shot. Let's, shoot, we'll try Victini again, why not? Which game am I going to check for 7,979 encounters? We'll go with heads is white 2, and tails will be black 2. Goodness, flicked it really far over there. Heads, alright, so we got white 2? I think I said white 2 is heads. Let's see, what do we got on 7,979? Unfortunately, not a shiny. That will 100% be the last time I try doing anything today with the coins, with making a little cheeky encounter, a little cheeky call. We're gonna zoom through these next 20. Just plain Jane encounters and see what we got. So let's see, what are we? All right, so we are exactly 200 encounters away from hitting odds. We are exactly 200 away from the infamous 8,192. Oh, 92, not 82, 92. Okay, so never mind. I got that completely wrong in my head. We are 210 encounters away. Never mind. We're wrong there. So I visualized the numbers in my head where I was like 8,192. Yeah, we're there. And then said it out loud and was like, oh wait, never mind. We are at 82. We are not at 92. My bad. Goodness. It's like a hair or something latching onto my glasses right there. All right, let's check out another pair of Tepigs here, see what we got on our hands. Good Lord, Bianca she just talks so much. She just does not stop talking. Ugh. Doing this for how long we've been doing it for, it is definitely making me not want to do any other reset hunts where I have to deal with cutscenes and like text or anything like that. If something can be hunted and there's not like a cutscene or long wait in there, yeah, I think I want to be doing that. I'm not trying to think. There's like a little bit of like cutscene stuff to deal with in like a fire red, leaf green for the starters. We've already dealt with heart gold, soul silver is the pinnacle of it all for the resets. No cutscene, no BS. You get to see all three if they're shiny, so we are good there. I'm definitely tempted to pick back up heart gold, soul silver and see if we can get another shiny starter, because I mean, shoot, we need them. We got a Totodile, we got a Bayleaf, we need 7 other shinies of those starters, so I'm tempted to kick back up a reset, or yeah, a hunt, I should say. I'd prefer to get like Cyndaquil. I've gotten Chikorita before in the past. I just got Totodile, so it'd be pretty cool to kick back one of those back up and see if I can test my luck and get a Cyndaquil, do all 3. What's up, little Leo? What you doing over there? Oh, you come say hi. What you doing, little buddy? You standing in front of the fan? You like the fan? My little dog, he just wandered on in here, stared at me for a second, and then just moseyed on out. He just had to come in here and make sure I was good. He was like, all right, you good? You good? All right, you good. And he dipped. I think more so he heard his mother out there in the kitchen doing something, so he had to go investigate. Be like, what is happening out here without my supervision? This is real ominous music. Like this music is real real ethereal, real ominous. Maybe I should consider... Is that my eyes? I was like, is my monitor bugging out on me, or is that just my vision being really crappy? I think that might just be my vision. But yeah, my monitor's good. I think I just can't see. Even with the glasses on, I'm like looking over here at the like little YouTube symbol up in the top of the, you know, obviously if you've ever been on YouTube, probably. What am I? Did I really just say if you've ever been on YouTube? I'm literally streaming on YouTube right now. If you're in the chat, you've been on YouTube because you're using it at... Okay. The YouTube icon at the top of the freaking page, I thought it was glitching out and like getting staticky, and I was like, what is going on? Nah, it's just my vision. I just can't see. I cannot believe I just said, if you've ever been on YouTube while I am streaming on YouTube. That is what's doing freaking 4,000 resets, 8,000 encounters for a shiny and not getting anything will do to your brain. That is what your brain will turn into when you just start babbling for 5 months trying to find a little shiny pig. All right, so we got 8 more encounters to go for our stream today. So we don't get anything, we'll end off on a solid 8,000 total encounters for this Tepig Hunt. And next time we come around these parts, we will likely be making our way to odds. Probably, you know, probably the next time we stream, I'll go from 8,000 to, if we get all the way up to 8,192. Normally, I like to end it on a bit more like rounded, you know, numbers like an 8,200, but probably next time we stream, you know, since it'll be the stream we get to odds, that'll probably be, if we unfortunately are cursed to go that far, that'll be where we find ourselves stopping next time. And I may or may not take a tiny little break from this Tepig stream once we hit odds. I have not decided yet if I just want to keep chugging forward and keep going with this, or if I want to spice things up, you know, change things around. Like I said, this has been the main hunt, the main thing we've been streaming and doing here on the channel for a good 5 months now, so maybe it could be high time to switch things up and revisit this hunt, pick back up a little bit down the road, maybe after we get a shiny or two under our belt from other hunts, other resets. All right, let us see. Do we got anything on these two? What do you know? That is a negative. So it comes down to this. The last 2 encounters of the stream. Can we make some magic happen right here at the end? Can we get... I mean, shoot, getting a shiny exactly on 8,000 encounters, that actually would be pretty cool. I mean, getting a shiny at any number under odds is really cool. But, you know, it's just a nice, real even number. 8,000. Like, that's just a nice, it's a hard number, you know, it's just like 8,000, that's it. It's just 8,000. So let us see, can we grab something right here in the final hour? In the waning minutes of the stream, can we grab ourselves a shiny? All right, we'll check them one at a time. No coin shenanigans, we'll just go one at a time. And you know what? The one on the right has higher HP, so that'll be the last one we check. What do we got over here on the left? It is not a shiny. But for encounter number 8,000 on the dot, what do we have? Am I shocked? Am I surprised? Not one bit. Not one bit. We have become accustomed to this. 8,000 encounters deep, and Tepig is still evading us. Tepig is still keeping his distance. Maybe next time, maybe next time. But as always, thanks to everyone who is able to come on by, hang out in the stream, keep me company while I I torture myself with this with these resets. So yeah, I will not be able to stream this Friday, but next Monday we will be back once again looking for the little Tepig, and I look forward to seeing y'all there. Hopefully, you know, it'll be the last stream of under odds hunting. Hopefully we can make it happen. But yeah, I will see y'all then.